Welcome, welcome, welcome! I'm super pumped. So today we're going to do something that I've been wanting to try for a while. I have used this primer before, but that was before I went into the beauty game, before I knew anything about makeup, and so I definitely did not know how to set my face properly or how to really use primer, so I'm really stoked to use this primer again and to see how it works now with my knowledge of makeup. So without further ado, we're going to be getting into the Hourglass Primer. I thought it was upside down for a second. So let's jump on in. So this is the bottle, a super sleek white glass, and we do have a pump, which is super nice. I did already moisturize my face, moisturize under eyes. It's so important, especially if you get a lot of sun exposure. I used to tan a lot when I owned my tanning salon, so especially then, moisturizing is so key to help avoid wrinkles and just give your skin back those nutrients. Now that my hair is pulled back and out of the way, let's jump on into this primer. Super excited to try this out. So I really want to just put it mostly in areas that I want to get rid of some texture. I'm really hoping that this is going to mask that away, going to help block oils. That is like my hope. So I'm going to read to you guys really quick what the description says, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this bottle retails for $54 for a 1 ounce. I definitely feel like that's a little bit spendy for the amount that you get. I'm hoping that this is magical, but I'm just a deal girl myself, so I did just start off with the mini size, which is just 0.31 ounces, and that was only $19. So if you just want to try it out like I'm doing, just go for the smaller bottle. I still feel like you get like a really good amount for that, so I'm happy with it. I really hope it works. I've heard, especially for oily skin types, that this is going to be the bee's knees. When I tried it in the past, I was a little disappointed, but again, I didn't really know a lot about makeup, so hopefully this time will be a different view. The value size is $75, and that's a 2 ounce. So based off of the 1 ounce being $54, that would definitely be an epic deal. But anyways, so moving on to details. So it says, what is it? And this is going off of Sephora's website. An oil-free primer with a silky, airy texture that leaves a smooth canvas for makeup, while reducing the look of redness, pores, and wrinkles. Okay, so I should expect it to really smooth over my texture areas. I do have very large pores, so it says that it's supposed to reduce the look of pores. I also have quite red skin, especially after I put on product. My skin will turn pretty red. And for wrinkles, I don't have tons of wrinkles yet, but that is definitely something that is appealing to me. What it does, with a texture unlike any other, this silky primer extends the wear of makeup while also concealing redness, minimizing the appearance of pores, fine lines and wrinkles, and providing broad spectrum SPF 15 for a perfect complexion that lasts. So basically summarizing what it is that we just read. So let's jump in. Let's see how this feels on the skin. Pumping it out. Ooh, whoa. It's like white, but it has almost like that iridescent. So I'm just going to start applying just on my texture areas. Oh my goodness, it is definitely light and airy, disappearing into my skin. And I want to start like in the center area. I don't like to put it on my nose too much, but I want to put it in the center area and work outward because I want to get a little bit on the outer side or on the outer edges of my face, focusing on the textured areas inside. This does feel super nice. It feels a little tiny bit sticky right now, but I can already tell it's going to smooth out a ton, I think, and totally get rid. I think it's going to be really silky smooth. So I think for this video, I'm going to go in with I did do one full pump, by the way, but I am going to go ahead and put some under my eyes just to see how it works with the wrinkles. I do have some wrinkles under my eyes just from smile lines, just the way my eyes are. Usually I put eyeshadow primer under my eyes, but I want to try to use this today just to kind of see how it's going to look. I don't know why I'm applying this with my left hand and not my right hand. Oh well. So going in, I think I'm going to use my Estee Lauder foundation. I really wanted to use my Fenty Beauty, but it is not my skin color. It's just a little bit dark, so I know I have my live, but since I'm wearing this top, I don't want to have to put foundation like everywhere, so I'm just going to go ahead in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I love this stuff. It works so good for oily skin. It has super amazing coverage. Alright, so the primer has set just for a minute. I did have to prep my phone to be watching for paparazzi's new releases, which is such a fun game in itself. You have to be there like right in front and center when your releases come out. So I have my phone on standby. The page is open. So once those come out, you'll probably see this video stop and then I'll restart after I order. But the primer feels super silky. It does feel just a tiny bit tacky. I'm really surprised because on my hand it feels just super soft and smooth, but on my face I feel just a little bit of tackiness, which isn't bad. I mean, that's not bad at all. It's definitely smooth, but just a smidge that little tiny sticky feeling. I feel like that's going to help me really grip the foundation, or it's going to help it really grip the foundation a little bit better. So we'll see with that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And just go ahead and apply. Okay guys, this is me up close and personal. So I do have quite large pores, but it did do a pretty excellent job, especially like in this area. This area here is also where I have like a lot of texture. It covered it up okay. It didn't seem to cover like in between my nose as much as I would like it to have, but for the most part, definitely seemed to cover up blemishes. Like it said, there's some that I'm gonna need to use a little bit extra care. So overall, we'll see later how it's gonna look. What the biggest thing I think is gonna be caking. Like how much will I have to apply more powder and like get the oils off my face? I'm hoping not as much, right? Because that's the other thing, it's supposed to help block the oils. So we'll see how that goes. But under the bright lights, like this ring light, I'm going to be under this for a couple hours. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup, so we'll do a final zoomed in look when I'm done. And then I'll do check-ins throughout the day. I hope that this is going to be a holy grail primer. Hey, alright, we're back. We're already zoomed in. I go live at 4 o'clock, which is in 3.5 hours. So I'll go live with you. I will pop on here and do a really quick wear test. I did not use any setting spray today, so we can do a total test on how the primer does. I did set my eyes with Makeup Forever HD setting powder as well as the Laura Mercier to do some baking. I did really notice some funky discoloration patching when I was putting on my concealer under my eyes, so I don't think that I would use that primer under my eyes again, just because it kind of had a funny look, and I was just using Shape Tape and that doesn't usually happen, so I don't really know what that was all about, but overall the look is pretty good. I'm going to get a little bit closer to you so we can do a full-on look at the end. Okay, so this is my look up close. Did a really good job on my nose here. Like it looks super smooth. Fantastic finish. It was a little bit funky on my forehead, but for the most part, I think it did amazing. I'm really impressed. I guess we'll check in and see how it goes a little later. Okay, so I'm back for a little update. It's just been about 2 hours, so I had to start unpacking all my boxes for my live and I have to move my light, so I did want to do a really quick close-up. So far there is almost zero oil coming through. Usually my nose would be so shiny and it's not. So that's amazing. But this area and around my nose here, it seems to be holding up really well. I think the ultimate test is going to be how it holds up after my live because of the bright lights on me, so we'll definitely check back after that and see. But overall, so far, look, it's like really doing great. Hey, I'm back just checking in after my long day. I am so thoroughly impressed by this primer. I did not even have to touch up hardly at all. Usually I do like 2 or 3 times throughout the day. I only touched up once. It was amazing. I didn't even use a setting spray, which I love my setting sprays. Those usually work so good. So for it to work this good, I'm really impressed. I did notice some discoloration under my eyes, which I think I mentioned, but I fixed it by just putting some primer over, but still it was a little bit of a disappointment. I think I would just still stick with using my eye primer under there instead of just my regular face primer. But overall, like, it's doing great. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see a little bit more detail. So this is up close and personal. Definitely oils coming through on my forehead, a lot on my cheek area, a little bit on my nose. My nose really didn't do too bad. A little bit on my chin. Then again, I have been blowing my nose all day, so there's definitely some makeup missing under there and around my nostrils. You gotta do what you gotta do when you're sick. But for the most part, my makeup still looks pretty darn good. Everything seems to still be in place. It's not sliding around. It's not sticky. I think just having that little bit of tact on my primer helped quite a bit. So I'm really impressed. Go Hourglass. For sure, I would order that again. Would I pay $75 to get the big one? Probably not, unless I was like, I need this all the time in my life. I don't think I would spend that much on it. But the, what was it? 1 ounce one, I think it was, or 1.3 or something. That one I probably would go for next time, although I do really love having a variety of primers, so I don't mind having the mini bottles. Definitely would just be up to you, your personal preference, whatever you would like. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you like this video and subscribe to see more. I hope that you get a chance to try out this primer sometime so you can see for yourself. Keep in mind, every experience, everything I've said is just my personal experience, so everyone's gonna have a different feel for the products than I do, so my word is not the way, but this is just what has worked for me so far, and so far, Hourglass is awesome. Bye guys.